How's it going, guys? I'm Vivi and welcome back to a brand new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer analysis video. So this time a brand new trailer was shown during the LA concert, which is fantastic. Now since Nomura had explained that he wasn't going to be present at E3, he at least thought of showing something new during the concert. And if I remember correctly, in an old interview a long time ago, he did mention that at one of the concerts, more stuff on Kingdom Hearts 3 would be shown. And guess what? It happened. Now during this brand new trailer, Wave of Darkness was playing in the background, which is an orchestrated version of the theme of the final boss in 0.2, the Devil's Wave. Now I just want to point out something. According to the people who were at the event, the soundtrack was pre-recorded. They weren't performing it while the trailer was being shown. Anyways guys, with that being said, let's jump straight into this analysis. There's a bunch of stuff I want to go over. Alright, so the Kingdom Hearts series is known for having a bunch of quotes. Do they mean anything? Anything at all? Well, in summary, we can say they do represent the theme of the game overall. As for this one, don't assume your dreams are just fantasy. If you can imagine a world, believe in it and dive in. Okay, wait a minute. Dreams, fantasy, imagine a world, and dive in. These terms kinda do sound familiar, right? Dream drop distance, the dream worlds, diving in. Could it be that Mount Olympus is a dream world? I don't think so. And why? Because the world was doing fine in Kingdom Hearts 2, the Olympus Coliseum. In Dream Drop Distance, it wasn't a dream world, obviously, but the thing is, we don't really know if there are more sleeping worlds out there. But what I'm trying to say is, spoilers by the way, it's not a sleeping world. The way Sora entered the world in 0.2, well, how he was about to be more precise, it just doesn't look like a sleeping world. I just wanted to get that out of the way, just in case people were wondering about that idea. So basically, the meaning of the quote right here is just a reference to what Sora is about to do. Let me pause the trailer right here. Sora is diving into Mount Olympus. Is this a new mechanic? Has Sora ever dived into other worlds? Yeah, in Kingdom Hearts 1 we had Tarzan's world. We had Dream Drop Distance, Sora and Riku diving in each world. So this mechanic, it's not that new. It's known. Now technically Tarzan, that was a cutscene, but I'm just saying. Now will this apply for all the worlds in KH3? I don't think so. Mount Olympus, we're going to have to climb the mountain. So I do not think that we are going to dive in each world, but I might be mistaken though. And am I the only one who thought of Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal when seeing this? It's probably just me. Now Sora receives a new outfit in Kingdom Hearts 3. Could it be possible that Sora visits Zeus and Zeus gives him a new outfit? That could perhaps explain him diving in this area? Now looking at the HP bar and MP bar, they're pretty high. And spoilers again, this is going to be the first world in Kingdom Hearts 3, judging by the ending of 0.2. So why are the stats so high? I'm gonna go and assume that this is just for concept, okay? Now we have 3 party members. That is new. And Hercules is part of our party for the very first time. And Mount Olympus, guys, it is looking gorgeous. Sora has a new icon, and when he's about to attack, it switches into attack mode. Sora looking all mad, about to beat up some Heartless. Not only Sora, the same applies for all the party members. Looking at the command menu, it has the exact same style as 0.2 and KH2. Now as for the 4th command, it says Link. It said summon before, if I'm not mistaken. Could Link perhaps activate limits or attraction flow? What do you guys think about that? We did see attraction flow in the early trailers. And why am I saying limit? Limits haven't been confirmed, dude. Well, we do kinda see Sora and Goofy performing a limit style attack. You'll see it later on. By the way, I see what you did there, Square Enix. Instead of having now in development at the end of the trailer, we have the following. This trailer represents a game currently in development. To me it sounds like the same thing. Now in development. Currently in development. This time it's just not a standalone thing at the end of the trailer. And looking at Mount Olympus, it seems like this world could be finished. Maybe that's why they decided to only show this world. And by the way, we are going to get more stuff in mid-July. Before we move on, we noticed 2 structures in the back. One which looks like rails, which we can glide on, flow motion, who knows. As for the one that's in the center, we notice a treasure chest. Next, once we reach a certain height when diving, the command menu prompts us to press dive attack, which you can notice briefly. And if we're too late, I guess we just lose HP and can't perform the move. Pretty much you have to attack at the right moment or else you're just gonna end up losing health. As for these Heartless, we've seen them before in the E3 2015 trailer. We don't have their official name yet. We see some of the old Heartless with the emblem, and they have their regular color from Kingdom Hearts 2. If you remember, in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, they're brown instead of blue. So it seems Square Enix is aiming for the original colors. When Sora attacks here, the move pattern is very familiar, something we've seen in the old trailers. And as for for this finishing move, it really reminds me of Terra's move, don't you think? Like Nomura said, Kingdom Hearts 0.2 gives us an experience of Kingdom Hearts 3. With that being said, same thing applies here. 3 arrows appear on top of the command menu. Once they're all activated, we have 30 seconds to activate a situation command, and sometimes multiple of them can appear. And if you remember, they depend on our combo moves and on the magic we decide to cast. As for counter shield, we did have these patterns before, we did see them. Usually Sora would summon Pegasus, but this time the shield remains in his hand. Now to activate this situation command, it seems like Sora has to use Hercules' Keyblade, let's call it that, and it seems we don't need to use magic. Regular combo moves can actually activate the situation command. In 0.2, when you activate the SP, situation command for short, the bar depletes and that gives you the ability to spam the attack, basic moves. If you have enough time to activate the 3 arrows on top of the command menu, you activate the finishing move. Well, you have 20 seconds to activate it. Now in this trailer, it still looks like a concept. We don't notice triangle or anything like that. So I'm assuming it has the same mechanics. But there is a difference here. When Sora is using those punching moves, the focus bar depletes. Now, that's usually used for shot locks only. Now when using the punches, the Heartless have very low HP. Sora has high HP and MP. So again, the health and everything, it's just a concept. Looking at the health of the Heartless, that could be another hint that Mount Olympus is the first world that Sora will have to visit. If you've played 0.2, it's even more obvious. Now what is the biggest thing we notice when counter shield is activated? Guard form. Remember the screenshot? We had power form and guard form, and according to Nomura, those were drive forms. Now the way drive forms will work in KH3, it's different. Judging by what we already see, we don't have a command slot which says drive. It pretty much works like a situation command. Remember the yellow color, remember the patterns which glow, which is very cool. And for a very brief moment, we see Hercules on screen. Okay, now it seems that this situation command is attached to Hercules' Keyblade. Could it be possible that each Keyblade could have its own drive form? If that is the case, then we're talking about a bunch of drive forms, which doesn't sound too likely to me. I mean, that's a lot. I don't know what Square Enix is planning on doing, but if that is true, then no more dual wielding? I'm sure a lot of you will miss that. I am going to miss dual wielding, but perhaps there will be. Talking about drive forms, another one appears in the trailer later on. If we have to perform a bunch of basic moves until the gauge depletes, then it's gonna take a while before using the finishing move, unless we have an option which allows us to automatically use the finish command. And I'm talking about this small scene right here. Now, if you notice carefully, by performing these basic moves, and when the 3 arrows appear, another finish combo appears, standing by. We notice that on screen. But the gauge is not full. And now we move on to shot lock. You can hear the slow motion effect just like 0.2. Now 2 options appear under shot lock, unleash and flow chain. There doesn't seem to be an option to select either of them. Now if we look at 0.2, we have to click X to use Prism Rain, so I'm assuming we have a choice here. So with that being said, let's move on to the next interesting part. Second form. It seems like we can use Sonic Blade, which is a combo move from Kingdom Hearts 1. And notice Sora is using the Kingdom Key. We haven't seen him use the Kingdom Key in a while now. Now here guys, be careful. It looks like he's wearing his outfit from KH2. Not exactly. It's the same outfit he has in KH3, but the colors are just like the ones from KH2. That's it. And to me, this seems to be the new limit form. By activating second form, we're able to perform Aerial Finish, which is a finishing move from KH2, and here's another familiar move from limit form, attacking in the air. Now notice how these situation commands switch from one to the other. We can say it moves from a weaker one to a stronger one, Sonic Blade to Ars Arcanum, etc. Now looking at second form, it's a mix between combo moves from Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. The basic combo moves remind us of Kingdom Hearts 2. The situation commands, it's all Kingdom Hearts 1. That's what I've noticed. Now here's another very familiar move from KH2 Final Mix, Magnet Splash. Seeing this makes it seem like that yes, second form is the new limit form. And I gotta say, I love the added effects. The blue spheres, those patterns and all, very nice. Notice, although Ars Arcanum is on screen, you're not obliged to use it. I mean, the player here is using basic moves, so I'm assuming we're going to have to click something to activate Ars Arcanum, and we only have a limited time. Ah yes, this is the link I was talking about. Doesn't this look like a limit to you guys? Sora throwing Goofy into the air, and notice, no MP is consumed, so perhaps this could be the link, formerly known as a limit. Then again, when using limits in Kingdom Hearts 2, MP is consumed. So what is going on here exactly? Sure, we could break our heads and overanalyze this, but in the beginning of the trailer it did say work in development, so they probably still haven't worked on it. Oh, and there's Hercules again, I just wanted to point that out. Next, we briefly noticed new Heartless. They're wearing white gloves and seem to have a red hat. We have the Gladiator looking Heartless, which we saw in the E3 2015 trailer, so that's not new, or call it the Flying Heartless. Now I think this is my favorite part of the trailer. The effects of the rain and all, it is beautiful. And the running here is just like in Kingdom Hearts 2, Sora holding the Keyblade like that. And here, Sora is wearing his outfit from KH2. Now in 0.2, spoilers again, Sora still had his KH2 outfit, and he was about to visit the Olympus Coliseum. So if we go with that, this takes place in the beginning of the game. So here guys, this is not second form, it is his outfit from KH2. Now looking back at the first screenshot, it could be very likely that Sora will obtain his new outfit in Mount Olympus. Probably from Zeus, who knows. Now as for the command menu, usually it's yellow when there's Heartless around, but this time it's red, just like Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. Now who knows guys, Square Enix could be mixing some old footage with some new footage, no one knows that. But perhaps Mount Olympus could be a second visit and Sora might obtain his new outfit from a different world. And that could explain his high HP and MP, plus if we look at the screenshot of City of Thebes, his MP and HP are also high. So all of this could be part of the second visit. Also, how can we prove that this takes place in the beginning of the game, while the first visit, we only have Donald and Goofy on screen as party members? Or maybe Hercules had to do something and he left the team, but meh. Here it looks like we're making our way up Mount Olympus. With that, we come across environment changes, the rain for example. And wait a minute, rain? Could it be possible that KH3 will have a weather system? I don't think so. Maybe there will be, but no one knows. Now again, Sora is in fighting mode, his face, he's about to beat up some Heartless. Comparing this one to the one with his KH3 outfit, their hair looks shorter and the necklace pops out better. And looking at this, it could be proof that Square Enix mixed some old concept with some new stuff. Okay, now let's go back to what I just said. If this is the first visit, why are the HP and MP stats the same as the first screenshot, where he's wearing his KH3 outfit? I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the conclusion that this was just for a concept, like I said 10 times in the video. Now Rock Titan. There are some similarities to the E3 2015 trailer, but this time the lighting is all different and we have rain, which looks absolutely fantastic. Now the arm swinging by the Rock Titan reminds me of the attraction flow. Remember the old trailer where he punches and we're using attraction flow? Now I'm assuming that the Rock Titan will be a mid-level boss battle, just like the Heartless from the City of Thebes. And here we have a nice little cinematic, the rock falling, the effects, they're lovely. And here we encounter Heartless we've seen before, the Shadow Heartless, large body, the Flying Heartless from before, and the Soldier Heartless. Here Sora is using magic, but they're already at a third tier. If Mount Olympus is the first world we'll get to visit in KH3, then why do we have strong magic already? Didn't me and Sid say that Sora lost his powers in Dream Drop Distance? Again, I'm gonna jump to the conclusion that this is all just concept. Oh, but what if Sora suddenly loses his powers at Mount Olympus? Well, in 0.2, Sid told Sora that he lost all of his powers due to what happened in Dream Drop Distance. Now we can also notice 3 dots and 2 arrows, which tells us that we have more options, very similar to 0.2. Here Sora uses Thundaga, and we activate a situation command with the higher tier, Za. Okay, I'm confused here. In 0.2, by activating the situation command, we get Thundaga by using Thundaga. So could it be possible that KH3 is introducing us to a even higher tier? And remember, Mickey did use Top Za in Dream Drop Distance, so Za doesn't really sound too random. Perhaps Ja could be 4th tier and Za could be 5th. Now some of you might be thinking, won't Sora be way too overpowered in KH3? Perhaps not. I'm thinking that the enemies will get stronger and stronger, logically speaking, right? But I wouldn't worry too much about it. Now for a brief second, the Keyblade glows just like 0.2, and comparing Thundaga to the one in 0.2, there's a blue orb this time, so the magic cast, they look a bit different in terms of effects. And depending on the combo moves and the magic cast, we can activate multiple situation commands. Here we have Blazaza, now second form is orange instead of green, and we have Fireza. I still find it weird, why did they decide to go with Ja only in 0.2? Sure, it's a short game, but why not go with Ja in KH3 as well? Next, there is one cool thing I have noticed. Look at how Sora is swinging his Keyblade using only one hand. He most of the time uses two hands. Now I mentioned the magic effects looking a bit different, right? Fireza is another example. But as for Blazaga, it's the same, a huge crystal forming. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Now who remembers these guys? If I'm not mistaken, these are the Emerald Blues from KH2. They use Aero Magic, or call it Wind. Now I don't know if you guys knew about this, but the Japanese version of the trailer, well, both trailers are Japanese. The one with the subtitles, comparing it to the original one, some shots are different. Here, in the Japanese version without the English subs, there's friendly fire going on. Look at how Donald ends up in the air when Arrow is cast. But Donald doesn't lose any HP, so sure, Donald gets thrown in the air, but it doesn't mean that the party members will lose HP. Well, apart from the fact that this is all concept. Now again, it seems that the Heartless have low HP. So this could be early on in the game. And also, Sora is wearing his new outfit. So it could be true that Sora does obtain his new outfit here. Next, when Sora is using magic, we don't notice any buttons. What are we supposed to press? Again, probably just a concept, right? During the E3 2015 trailer, Sora did use Arrow, but a lower tier. Here, Sora is into Counter Shield. He's using a Thunder Magic-like attack. And look, MP is not being depleted. As for the amount of damage dealt, it's pretty low. The Heartless, I mean, they're still alive. And now we move on to second form once again. When we activate it, Sora turns all sparkly, and the effect really reminds us of the dry forms from KH2. One little thing I have noticed, second form on top of the command menu is yellow this time, before it was blue. If we go back, at first, I thought that blue could represent the combo moves from KH2, aerial finish for example. As for the yellow one, it could represent KH1, example, stun impact. But then I realized that when it's blue, we still have the ability to perform Sonic Blade and Ars Arcanum, for example. But I still do think that yellow and blue do have a slight difference. Maybe the yellow one and blue one differ in terms of combo moves. Next, here it seems Sora is performing Ars Arcanum, which looks updated. I mean, the finishing move has a big area of impact. Major difference? We can perform these moves in mid-air. Did you notice that? Here, very quickly, the three arrows appear on top of the command menu and we go from stun impact to a more powerful situation command, Sonic Blade. And just like Ars Arcanum from before, we can perform Sonic Blade in mid-air. I'm gonna pause the trailer right here. You can notice a hallway right in front. There's a water stream, we can glide onto that, or flow motion, let's call it that. And here too, there seems to be an entrance. This is how we came to this location. It's actually a slope with a water stream. We're gonna have to perform flow motion, which pretty much follows the same mechanic from 0.2. Now let's go back to Sonic Blade. Right before performing the most familiar move, right in the beginning, it looks like Ragnarok. The patterns and all, it reminds me of that. And once we reach a certain height by performing a Ragnarok-like combo, we perform Sonic Blade in mid-air. And just like the original, the final move has more impact. Next, we're back to Rock Titan. The command menu, it's red once again. Could it be possible that the command menu will be red during boss battles? But it's weird. Going to the City of Thebes Heartless battle, the command menu is yellow. So this could be early footage. And again, the lighting looks so much better, there's more polish. And by making our way up climbing on Rock Titan, the sparkly effects, they were present in the E3 2015 trailer. But with the added effects, the rain and all, it looks fantastic. Now the damage dealt by Rock Titan It's pretty small. Again, it's probably just for concept. When he takes a step, you lose health and you fall off the edge. You can also crawl from side to side on the wall. Wait. It seems like we will meet Rock Titan early on in the game, so losing not too much HP makes sense, unless you're playing on Proud or Critical. Unlocking Critical, I'm assuming we're going to have to finish Proud first. Anyways guys, with that being said, this is pretty much it for the gameplay part. I know many of you have realized, hey, wait a minute, you skipped a cutscene. It was intentional. I will talk about the cutscenes now. Pete and Maleficent, they're up to no good. And Hades is back. Maybe a lot of you were expecting it, but I was kinda surprised. Sure, it's Hades, Lord of the Dead, he can easily return, but in Cage 2 he fell into that pit. And the way Pete is talking to Hades, Hades replies by saying he doesn't remember memorable favors. So it could be possible that Maleficent brought Hades back. Sure, he could have escaped the pit on his own, but maybe Maleficent sped up the process. And here Hades thinks they're here to help him, but that's not the case. If Maleficent brought back Hades, there's a reason. She is looking for a black box. Hades has no clue what they're talking about. A black box? What? And why are they talking to Hades and not Zeus? Well, it's obvious. It's easier to talk to the villain. Why would they talk to a protagonist? Now, about this black box. What box could it be? The box the Master of Masters gave Lucio in back cover. Boom. Now, one thing that confuses me. How does she know about the box? I've come up with 3 scenarios. The first one being the obvious one. She met Xehanort yet again, and Xehanort told her about the box. He's using Maleficent again, she's being manipulated. 2. The Realm of Sleep, which I did discuss in detail in the past. And 3. The Book of Prophecies. Alright, Xehanort. Easy. He told Maleficent about the black box. He's probably looking for it as well. Remember how he pretty much manipulated her in Birth by Sleep? Telling her about the 7 Princesses of Light, gaining the power to control all worlds. Remember? Option number 1 is the most obvious. Number 2, the Realm of Sleep. Spoilers, by the way, remember the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts Key, Maleficent and the Enchanted Dominion? On the other side of the thorns, the player being on the other side. Okay, if she is in the Realm of Sleep, looking at the thorns, does this take place in BBS? Is the world dreaming the events of Birth by Sleep? Like this endless loop? It could be. Now the player on the other side, I did discuss about this in the past, but I'll give you guys a quick idea. The player woke up from a nightmare. Ephemera was given the power to wipe the memories of the Dandelions, the player being part of them. Master Avar said to go to the outside world, a realm with no tragedy, and she did say that they were going to re-experience the same things over and over again. So it could be that they went to the Realm of Sleep. But this one player keeps having these dreams. They keep remembering the Keyblade War. And here in this scene, the book is projecting the future of the Enchanted Dominion, which being that the world is in the Realm of Sleep. Now, why did Maleficent decide to enter the dream world? How did she even enter the dream world? That's another question. The reason why she's hiding, at least, is because she's hiding from Sora. She said that they can't find her here. Now, okay, she's in the Realm of Sleep. She's in a dream world where there's this constant dream happening. Could it be possible that she's going to meet her old self to Maleficent's? Maybe, if option 2 is possible, right? Now, what does this have to do with the box? Why go to the Realm of Sleep? Only thing I can think of right now is she met someone who was originally there watching. She had no idea about this in the past, but once she entered this dream realm, she met this person. The world is projecting characters. They can interact with them. We saw that from Key. Now, since I'm talking about the secret ending a bit, the player on the other side, they saw Maleficent's bird. The world is being conjured by the Book of Prophecies. They can interact with Maleficent. She's projected. But the weird thing is, Maleficent, is she going to interact with the player? The player wasn't there in Birth by Sleep. Assuming the world keeps having the same dream, the events of Birth by Sleep. Sounds weird, right? This has always been on my mind. Maybe Maleficent will talk to the player. Or not, the player left, actually. But if that were the case, talking to the player, perhaps their memories get wiped once they enter the real realm. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. Option number 2, it's not that likely. Let's move on to scenario number 3, the Book of Prophecies. During the ending of Recoded, Maleficent knew about the book. It seems like she's also looking for it. Maybe she did find it already, and thanks to the book, could it be possible that she discovered, well, knew of the existence of the black box? I'm not too sure about that. If the black box was mentioned in the book, that means that the foretellers would have discovered it, unless the Master of Masters ripped out not only the lost page about the traitor, but also a page which mentioned the black box. Okay, she finds the Book of Prophecies. She conjures a world, the past of the Enchanted Dominion. She enters the world. But again, the player did not exist in Birth by Sleep. So did she project a world which was conjured? Look, I mean, the book has recorded a bunch of events. So it could be that she conjured a world which got conjured, and that could explain the player on the other side. And it makes it easier for us to understand that she might, well, she can interact with the player. But there's a small problem. Can't the Book of Prophecies project past events? All we know about the book is that it can project events that are yet to happen. But out of all this, scenario number 1, Xehanort being involved in this, it could be true. Anyways, now back to Hades. Could he mistaken the black box for Pandora's box? Now, Pandora was mentioned in the TV series. I mean, look, if they are going to introduce elements from the TV series, it doesn't sound crazy. Look, the plot of Big Hero 6 and Kingdom Hearts 3, it's after the events of the film. So could they introduce the character Pandora, a student who went to Prometheus? Now technically, Pandora's box is called the Cursed Box. They just call it Pandora's box because she's the one who opened it, I guess. And what's this Pandora box? It's all the miseries, such as jealousy, envy, greed, and stuff like that. Could it maybe be used to bring back Vanitas? But the 13 Darknesses, they're already chosen. Well, Sora was supposed to be part of him, it didn't happen, but if Vanitas is part of the 13 Darknesses, he's already being used. Anyways, once this Pandora box is opened in KH3, Sora will have to rescue Mount Olympus from a bunch of demonic Heartless. And once he does so, Zeus gives them a new outfit as a way of saying thanks. Next cutscene, Xemnas and Ansem from the past, I'm assuming, if we go with the plot of Dream Drop Distance. Xemnas says, how do you expect to bring back Roxas when he should have never existed in the first place? And one way to accomplish this, according to Xemnas, is to call upon the darkness. Wait a second, before proceeding. Why bring back Roxas? Yensid told Sora in 0.2 to gather allies. Roxas could be one of these allies. Ansem the Wise, if you remember, he digitized himself and put info into Sora, which he hoped would help them find their lost friends. Ansem the Wise mentioned that Sora was able to retain his body when his nobody was created. Well, technically he did turn into a Heartless, but thanks to Kairi, thanks to the spell Aqua put on Kairi, if I'm not mistaken, she was able to bring back the person she cared about. Ansem the Wise believes that Sora has the power to bring back people, and this could maybe be a hint towards the key to return hearts. Sora being that key. If such a strong light can bring back someone, Sora's light, his heart, and all the connection he has, it can bring back the people that were lost, according to Ansem the Wise. It could be Ventus, Roxas, Xion, the ones who were inside Sora, who had this connection pretty much, and it could foreshadow that. Now for Ventus, he's sleeping in the Chamber of Waking. They have to find Aqua, she's the only one who can get inside. Now during the ending scene of the opening in Dream Drop Distance, we have Roxas and Ventus. If Xion was in that cutscene, how come she wasn't part of the ending? They probably didn't want to spoil it. But then again, part of me is, people die in the series but they easily come back. If Xion does come back, I wouldn't mind. Now Roxas could also be part of the 7 Lights. What do you guys think about that? Xemnas saying call upon the darkness, it's a complete lie. Ansem the Wise said Sora has to be himself. By doing so, he can bring back the people that were lost. And during the ending of Dream Drop Distance, Sora was supposed to be part of the 13 Darknesses. Perhaps Xehanort still has eyes on Sora. That's why Xemnas is trying to manipulate Sora to call upon the darkness, to test him, to see if he's worthy to be part of the 13 Darknesses. And other than that, that is pretty much it for this analysis video. For those of you who sat through the whole thing, thank you so much. Now I wanted to work on this analysis video earlier, but I was away for 2 weeks. I just came back like very recently. And for those of you wondering what's wrong with my voice, I came back with a cold. Okay, some of you might say, dude, get rest, get well, who cares about videos? The thing is, I already scheduled a bunch of things. I don't want to let this cold get in the way. I'm just gonna ignore it and keep on doing what I do. Now, if this cold distracted you guys, then we're talking about another story. Now wait, before I end the video, I just want to go over something. It says to stay tuned for news. We are getting new stuff on July 15th. A new world, a new trailer, and according to Nomura, if you were excited with this trailer, then you're going to be even more excited on what's to come next. And I don't know if you heard about this, but news will be revealed at D23 at 1 PM PT, that's 4 PM Eastern Time. Looking at the photo, maybe it gives us a hint of what they're going to reveal. I can't tell what it is, maybe a Keyblade transformation, but what do you guys think of the picture in the back? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, and thanks for watching guys, thanks for the support, and until next time.